I got your number, Judith. Find you.
And then I would be remiss if I didn't introduce my dad, Alan Firstman, who started this whole thing and shares a similar passion for Barbados as we all do.
Thank you.
Why Barbados?
Why Barbados? Yeah.
Why Barbados?
I first visited Barbados. I took my wife there for vacation in 1985. I thought it was an amazing destination. Then I didn't get back there. I've been living on the West Coast. That's where I started Montage. In 2019, I'd gotten a call from the original development group of this location that said, hey, we're not sure what to do. We've got the residential project, there's a Nikki Beach that sits out on the point here, but we don't think it's really working the way it's supposed to. Could you come take a look at it and give us some guidance as to what you think we should do here? We're talking to some other hotel companies. So as a favor, I went out to take a look at it, and I just fell in love with Barbados again. You land on the island, the warmth and graciousness of the people, and then when I got to the actual site itself and saw what was built, the caliber of the marina that was there, and I looked at the project at that point and said, you know what's missing is a great hotel. That it's a nice residential development, but coupled with an amazing hotel, the combination of the energy of a hotel with the branded residential, and you could have a very successful project. And when we looked at it, I said it would work beautifully here, and it would look even better if we get a little more beachfront space. So the government was amazingly supportive in helping us move the road a little bit to get enough beachfront location and great partners, and that kind of welcoming spirit went a long way in letting us know how successful we could be there. So we went all in on Barbados. We thought it would be an exceptional location for our PENDRY brand, which is exciting. And one of the things that's at the core of when we build hotels is we want each hotel to capture the sense and spirit of place. If you think back to what luxury hotels were doing 20 years ago, this cookie cutter approach. One hotel looked the same, whether it was on an island or whether it was in a city. And for us, we really want to capture the essence of the location, the spirit of the people, and we had an opportunity to design a hotel that was of Barbados and that could really work well with the gracious and humble approach we take to luxury service. So hired the best designer we could find.
There's not a lot of them, so.
Great. Marry that with a culture of incredible service, and you have a recipe for long-term success. And a big part of what we do with is the residential coupled with the hotel. So now we're just so excited to be launching the residential phase of our development there. I've stayed down there many times, and I just love how Barbados continues to grow and that part of the island mature. Michael mentioned Spice Town. Yeah, I mean, when we first started going down there, it was very sleepy, and now the caliber of the restaurants, the energy, the vibe, that's so in sync with what we're doing with the PENDRY brand. It's a contemporary luxury brand in destinations and markets that have an energy and excitement to them, and a lifestyle, and that's what we're super excited about. So we're as a company so excited about Barbados. We love the support we've had down there. We love the people we've been meeting. We love the opportunity to really create an incredible destination. We look at Barbados. We love islands or destinations where there are successful hotels, because we know that if we build the right product and come in with what we do, it's already well regarded as a destination, and I thank Sandy Lane for that. They did a terrific job of positioning the island as a luxury destination, but we've got the advantage now of coming in younger and being able to design it in a way to meet the needs of the affluent consumer of today. So we're very excited, and it's a destination that we're proud of, and we're building something that will be here for generations. That's the beauty of what we do. We get to envision and think and design not just for today, but for generations to come. And what makes hotels great are the traditions that are made, the family traditions, and that's one of the beauties of the residential component of what we do. It becomes the family routine. every Thanksgiving or every Christmas or every spring break. You develop these routines and these great family traditions, and that's a big part of what we do. And then we have different components to make. If you want a romantic getaway, it fits that need. If you want a family getaway, so much to do, so much activity. You want to rest, a place to rest. We're building an incredible spa there. It'll be a great spa destination, which will be a part of the experience. The marina experience will be great to get out on the water. So a lot happening, a lot to do, and can't wait to show you all in person.
So that
at the
spa, for
resort.
instance, that spa, I'm thinking all the time. Is that something that can be individually owned, or is it something that we put into place?
The residences?
No, the spa-like product.
Spa.
The spa.
Yes.
The spa will be in the hotel,
Part of the resort.
part of the resort.
The resort.
And the residents have access to, will have access to the amenities. One of the beauties of being in a residential project at a hotel is the amenities and services that come with it are greater than you would typically find in a residential offering. So, so the staffing of a spa and all the treatments
You don't have to worry about that.
it'll be available to your staff.
Great bar scene, great restaurants. There's energy and life that comes with the hotel, and then privacy if you
Yeah.
want that part of it.
Right,
I
right.
just have a question. Sorry. Are you finding that is it mainly, well, maybe another question, but do you find that is it expats that are mainly buying, or is it locals as well? Like, who's your target audience? I know it's people with a certain lifestyle request, right? But is it a bit of both, or is there a lot of locals also buying into this as well?
I think it'll be both. I think you'll see people that have lived on island that want to upgrade, so to speak, or the new, latest, greatest thing. Then we'll see some North American, specifically Canadian, as well as some U.S.
We love our winters, right?
Exactly. And then you'll see some UK. UK has been a strong market for Barbados, always has been, so we expect that to be a strong feeder market. Great flights, great lift from the UK. So we think, which makes for a great international destination. That's one of the beauties of Barbados, the blended cultural aspects of being there.
Thank you.
I think they hit on the head there. That's you have people that have come to Barbados for their whole lives, right? That have come for 25 years. They've done the same thing. They've traded real estate there for many years. But now we have this new kid on the block who's really starting to pique people's interest, and it's making noise. So you get people that maybe spend a good portion of their year there already, but they're seeing what Pendry's doing, and they're starting to see the hotel take shape. So they're really saying, like, this is really happening now, and this is the opportunity to get in and part of something that's new and exciting. So I think that's on the head.
My questions on the timing of the hotel and the residences. Are both of them launching in sync, or what's the timing of both?
The residents are a little ahead of the hotel actually right now. So the residences are complete or being completed right now, but literally done. And they'll probably be almost a year ahead of the actual completion of the hotel, which is great. And because the hotel, if you see on the map, is somewhat segregated, you can enjoy a residential experience. You'll be able to enjoy a residential experience prior to the opening of the hotel, and of course all the amenities will take place when the hotel itself opens. There's a beautiful pool area that you see that sits in the middle of the marina area, and that has been renovated, and that'll be done before the end of this year, and then we'll have food service with it. So the residential component actually is ahead of the hotel component in this case.
And the residences are all furnished. So we have a collaboration with Restoration Hardware. They're doing, we picked a design aesthetic that we think it works really well for the island. So it's all 100% Restoration Hardware furnishings, and all the residences self-furnished.
One of the advantages of being part of a hotel is that the residents can go into a rental agreement. So for those that want to buy a residence, not use it all the time, and when they're not using it, put it into the hotel rental program. It's through a hotel reservation system that can help generate and help cover some costs that you would normally have, and it's not.
So you handle all that?
We handle all that. Yeah.
Speak a bit about the marina, and as a boater, that's what excites me about this project. Again, you've got 110 berths there, particularly. So, how deep can you go in that area?
Who's the expert on that?
What's the biggest slip we have?
85 feet. 85.
Right? So imagine, so now we're competing with Bahamas, right? Because again, there are very few Caribbean destinations that have the capacity to accommodate large vessels like that, right?
Yeah, the proper services to accompany that. We have a real yacht club that we'll be having. So there's a dedicated space, there's a lounge and a little kitchen and a concierge team and a pool area with a little grill. So it'll be an active sort of boating community for I think a lot of the northwest side of the island. And obviously it's amazing for our homeowners there. It's part of the lifestyle. If you're buying
Indeed.
you're buying for access to the water, for boating,
Fishing, sunset cruises.
Absolutely.
It's part of one of the amazing advantages that the site offers us.
You know what? I can't thank you enough for bringing this project to the northwest coast of Barbados, right? That area, we thought Port St. Charles would do something about that type of energy and establishing their own yacht club or their own marina, really. But with you now coming in with a dedicated boater's paradise, essentially, right? It really helps to make Barbados a larger destination. It is already to some degree, but we have very limited facilities down in the city. With you now establishing this North Coast project, unbeatable, man. Thank you all so much.
We took one of the boats out, cruised up past Sandy Lane, up further. It just, what a way to spend the afternoon.
You know, of course.
Super relaxing.
Yeah.
And I think our hotel guests, as well as residents, will charter boats regularly if they don't have their own.
Right.
Eventually buy their own because it's
Indeed.
The best waters around there too.
Yeah, the water around the water.
calm side.
Calm
side.
Just perfect.
But a lot of it is that too. It's people that have been in Barbados for all this time, but they want to have a boat. They want to get out and enjoy it. They don't want to do the work of it. Like, they don't want to deal with the prep of it, maintenance of it. So now there's PENDRY that is offering everything that is turnkey, and they show up and enjoy it. There's no longer showing up to clean the boat, staff the boat, provision the boat. Everything's done. So the offering is completely flipped. Port St. Charles is going to service one part of the community,
Right.
but there's a demand, and we're hearing rumblings of it already. People that have been keeping their eye on it saying it's about time we see something like this. And so we're really thrilled with the feedback so far.
Boating in Barbados can be difficult that way, right? Because you're like gotta be like when you have your own slip, you're able to pop that boat up out of the water, get those barnacles off the bottom. Like it's the way to boat on the island. Otherwise, you gotta take it off the beach. You got to tractor it into the water. It's just you're about 2 hours before you get your boat in.
Oh yeah.
That's right, the yacht club. Then you have to get it out of the water. So I totally agree with you. And you don't need an 80-foot boat.
No, man.
You're
No, not at all.
Great runabout.
Yeah.
You don't have an
Anchor out.
Pardon?
You don't have any.
Well, the whole thing about it is that we have a very large sailing and boating community right here in the city of Toronto and around the Great Lakes in general. So having this product to offer them as a realtor and supporting this project, it's always it always really makes me, I close my mouth when they say, I love Barbados, Charles, but there's nowhere to sail, or there's nowhere to put my boat, or there's nowhere to, the facilities got damaged by the hurricanes and so on. So I just want to say, man, thank you for giving me something to sell.
It's an absolute honor and privilege. We love the island, and we're really excited to do